Okay, there are two things I know for sure. Every time I play the intro to any music while you're here, you headbang. The other thing I know, the second thing I know, you have no rhythm.
Oh God, no!
You have no rhythm whatsoever.
None. None. We discussed this.
We did. Speaking of discussions, hi everybody. My name is Old School Nerd, and this is Mike Alvarado from Texas. Actually, currently from Texas. He's visiting today because you're visiting because a mutual friend of ours, coworker, took his own life a few days ago, and today's a memorial service. And although we have had some fun, we've eaten some amazing food.
Oh God, I'm so fat.
everybody's feeling the fat today.
Yeah.
We just did a video about depression amongst
suicide
about among people just like us, like
right.
You're just everyday guys with beards and hats. I mean, it affects everyone. But now is a little different because now we're going to talk about something else that Mike and I are probably before anything else.
Dads.
We're dads.
Yeah.
Mike has two amazing daughters and an amazing son.
Yes.
I, as all of you know, I'm the dad of 3 princesses, and that's just the way it is.
And I'm the bald one?
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
I just hide it well.
Anyway. It's called a hat.
Yeah. So anyway, it's very important that, especially right now, and this one, the last video, you did a lot of talking.
Correct.
But on this one, I find that I'm going to want to do the talking because I'm the one who's dealing with situations that a lot of you don't know that I'm going to share with you in regards to childhood depression, childhood social media addiction, anxiety, and those issues. The ages of your kids. Now, I know Alexandra. See, I sort of remember the name, but we all know I'm notoriously bad at names.
Oh, so am I.
Okay, so Alexandra is how old?
11.
And your son is?
11.
11. Because they're both,
They're
okay.
8 months apart.
Okay. And then, don't do the math, okay? His son is his stepson. For those of you who are like, wait a minute, if they're 8 months apart, what? No, he actually married an amazing woman who had a son that now calls him dad. Because he's earned it.
Well, his father passed away.
Yeah, so Mike has been his dad, and
since he was 3.5 years old.
So, and then your oldest is
14.
14. So, mine are 21, 17, and 11. But I'm dealing with a little bit something. I don't know.
Right.
Your children's situation at home is a little different than mine.
Yes.
Okay, and it's not because he's a better father than me.
No.
The situations are just different. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but because of that, we're dads. We're going to now share some stuff about us. But what I want to do is I want to play a video that has become synonymous with this issue. And it's 5-finger death punches coming down.
Coming down.
Now, because I do honest reactions, I'm going to be completely honest with everyone. I have heard this song before.
You haven't seen the video.
But I've never seen the video. I've heard this song before because at one time when it first came out, during the chorus, when they sing that part, and then the drummer plays that run on the bass pedal, I was really interested in that, so I listened to it a good bit. But I've never seen the video. I've never seen the context. I thought Coming Down was for something else. And then when he's like, dude, it's about teenage depression, bullying, suicide, all that stuff, I'm like, wow. So when he told me about it, because he was trying to give me a list of videos that he thinks I should react to, because
I've been doing that.
I know, but since he's here, he can really hold me down and go, do this one, bitch. And I was like, fine.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch. So anyway, we're gonna watch this video, and then I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what's going on with me. And this one is a message to all of you that are teenagers, but I really want to reach out to the parents for this one. Because this one is about being a parent right now, and I have skipped out on a few streams. I've skipped out on a few uploads because of issues with my kids. And I have never seen a time in my entire life that has young people, teenagers, with more pressure, more overwhelming angst, depression, rage, and issues than any time in my life. I've never seen anything like this. And as a dad, it scares the bejesus out of me.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah. So let's watch the video. We'll comment about it because that's what we do. We'll try to keep the humor out of it as much as possible because of the subject matter. But
Right.
But again, it's us.
And we'll pause the video so we don't get taken down.
We're not going to demosh it. I call it demoshing. Where you stop it every 20 seconds to make sure it doesn't get blocked. No. And then you show it to everybody like, look, it's there. And they're like, dude, it was horrible. Okay, here we go. This is Five Finger Death Punch coming down.
Roll that beautiful.
I thought we were not going to be.
No, once the song starts.
Okay, let's get all of our stupidity out of the way then.
Oh, we got.
We're already 5 minutes in. We should shut the fuck up now.
Okay.
Solid ground. I tried to look the other way, but I couldn't turn around. It's okay for you to hate me for all the things I've done. I've made a few mistakes, but I'm not the only one. Step away from the ledge, I'm coming down. I could never be what you want. You pull me under to save yourself. You will never see what's inside of me. I pull you under just to save myself. Was there ever any question on how much I could take? You kept feeding me your bullshit, hoping I would break. Is there anybody out there? Is there anyone who cares? Is there anybody listening who will hear my final prayers? Step away from the ledge, I'm coming down. I could never be what you want me to. You pull me under.
Okay, this is seriously like the scariest, biggest fear of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally my biggest fear. Usually not this fucking. Anyway, this situation, you have a son.
Yes.
I don't, but
right. Now, and the thing, and I don't mean to hijack.
No, you're not.
My son is he's 11 years old. He's 5'4" and he's 140 pounds.
That's big for him.
Yes. His dad, his uncle, he's going to be about 6'2", 6'3". Done.
So the physical abuse probably won't happen as much as you would think.
Well, but here's the thing. So if you would have met me in high school, in elementary school, I was very quiet. I was very shy. I didn't talk. I was bullied. I was
going to say, did you hit something?
No, I joined the Marine Corps and stopped giving a care what people thought about me.
Yeah, I can see that.
So with my son and even my daughters, my rule is if you put your hands on somebody, there's 3 reasons. Number 1, you're defending yourself.
Yeah.
Number 2, you're defending somebody weaker than you are.
Yeah.
Or number 3, you're in competition. If you put your hands on anybody else for any of those 3 reasons,
you're in the wrong.
You're going to deal with me after you deal with the repercussions of what you did. And fortunately, my son has a very, very good heart. And he protects people who are smaller than him. I am so blessed with but that's something, and I drill that into all 3 of them.
I've already seen 3 things on this video already that I've seen in one of my children, But when I tell you I am haunted right now, I'm literally haunted. And we are 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
So, again, 5-Finger Death Punch. A lot of people don't like them. Or whatever.
Rock, dude.
I don't care what they are. They are literally doing stuff for real reasons. They've put aside the fact that they're rock stars and talk about things that nobody else has the balls to talk about. So I can't really tell them shit. So
now, none of my kids have social media. Okay, at this point, I don't want them on it. I'm 47 years old and I got to deal with jackasses on social media.
Yeah,
I can't imagine how it would for an 11-year-old, 14-year-old who's still trying to find herself dealing with that.
I'm 46 years old and I deal with social media bullshit and mocking me from literally 27 separate countries. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for the follows. But I get told off. I've literally been ridiculed in comments on videos where I have to literally copy it, put it in Google Translate because I don't know what the fuck that dude just said. And it's usually a woman yelling at me in Russian, and I'm like, but why?
And another problem we have with society today is we have a bunch of fucking keyboard warriors.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video because that's pretty much what my daughter's going through right now. But yeah, so fuck you guys. This is true, though. Here we go. Let's get back on to it.
Save yourself. You will never see what's inside of me. I pull you under just to save myself. It's caving in around me. It's tearing me apart. It's all coming down around me. Does anyone care at all? I will never be what you want me to. You pull me under. I pull you under. I could never be what you want me to. You pull me under to save yourself. You will never see what's inside of me. I pull you under just to save myself.
I'm going to back that up just screen without the... Okay. A lot of you are parents out there and you have children of varying ages, and I want you to listen to everything I'm about to tell you, okay? My oldest daughter is 21 years old. She's a full-grown adult. And there was a time when she was 17, 18 years old that I was seriously worried about her future. But there were people out there who took an interest in her future. Fortunately and unfortunately, the people that took an interest in her were the friends who were joining the military service. And they gave her a place to be. And through the support that she was getting from her friends who were in the recruitment process for the United States Marine Corps,
Coolies.
she
That's what they're called.
Yeah. She found a camaraderie. So much so that she found a place to belong. And so she signed up. She swore herself in. She went to Paris Island for boot camp, received a significant knee injury, and there was a situation in regards where they gave her a medical discharge. And they told her that she is more than welcome to come back 2 years and try again, because she did not fail, but let's be honest, sometimes injuries happen. She had great marks through everything, but when you critically damage your knee and need reconstructive surgery, they can't do that in the middle of boot camp. So when she got home, her outlook was different because she had seen the real world.
Yes.
That was the key. I have a 17-year-old daughter who right now I am completely scared shitless about. You guys have seen her do reactions with me. But what you guys don't know is that she's 17 years old. She's having to fight this COVID, stuck at home all the time, can't develop real relationships. And her entire relationship situation is based upon the internet. Okay? And this is going out to the internet, to all of you. And those of you who are watching this video, you're showing a vested interest in my reactions and my comedic abilities or whatever I say about music, and that's fine. But there's another part of the internet called social media. And I use social media for my channels and stuff. But there's another side of social media that people don't realize. Growing up, we didn't have it.
It was called Get Your Ass Outside.
It was called Get Your Ass Outside and Make Some Friends. But because so many young people nowadays are stuck at home and they can't interact with other people due to isolation, they are reaching out looking for purpose, looking for identity, looking for worth in a place that is a lie. Look at me when I tell you this in this camera. Social media is a lie. Now, I'm not saying everyone that's on there are liars. What I'm saying is it's not real.
No.
It has no intrinsic physical value to it. It's everybody in the world, including...
See, that's a green screen behind us.
It's a lie. We don't really live in a box. Behind this is a room.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, and I'm going to use this example because it's the most common example in the world for the longest as we've known. Women wearing makeup is a lie. It's a beautiful lie. It's intrinsically valuable. However, if someone is changing their appearance on purpose to appear to be something they're not, it's a lie.
Yep.
So here's the thing. I'm not saying if you wear makeup, you're a piece of shit. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is when you're talking about it's a good relationship when you're talking about social media. You have so many kids on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, on all these different platforms. And the reason why they're there is to find a value in themselves. And the problem is, if you're a parent out there and you are ignorant to the immense amount of
crap,
not just that, but your children are being exposed.
Yes.
To literally an environment that is based upon adult perceptions. And if you have a child that has no real world experience out there, now for some of you that live in urban cities and you have rougher neighborhoods and your environment forces children to deal in an adult world like urban and inner cities, that may be a different thing because they know what the real world is.
Right.
But if your child goes to school and comes home and has soccer practice and they've never gone hungry and they've never seen the dark side of the world and they're exposed to the social media, it can overwhelm them because they think that every thumbs up, every like, every subscription, every response validates who they are. And the fact is the people who are giving those advices and thoughts don't exist in their world. All of you out there that have subscribed to my channel, commented on my channel, give me a thumbs up, whatever, I thank you for it. But I don't know you yet. Some of them I've met. Some of them I've known forever. Even though I wish I wouldn't. That's a joke. But there are people like, there's a guy by the name of Mike Dietz. Okay? Took some time, learned this guy's name. He's got kids. They live in Oregon. His kids love music. He took the time to not just give me a comment, but took time to learn a little bit more about me and me learn about him. These kids are not doing that. They are literally wanting information. Okay, my kid had so much pressure, so much anxiety, so much overwhelming angst from having school jerked away from her last year, in mid last semester, told to go home and stay home for months. Never didn't see her kids, didn't see her friends again.
Right.
And all she had was social media. By the time mid-June came around, my child, who had been perfectly fine, that I could tell from before, developed sudden onset Tourette syndrome and acute anxiety disorder. And she's been fighting it every day since. And it's gotten to a point now where she comes up to me and she says, "Dad, I'm thinking about cutting." When that happens, if you're lucky as a parent, your child trusts you and loves you enough to tell you. If you're a parent out there and your child is even giving off this perfect, that everything is great and everything is fine, you need to spend enough time to do one of two things as a parent. You can do like Mike does. Mike loves his kids beyond all belief. Mike's kids aren't on social media because it's his job to, his kids are also younger.
Yeah.
They're 14 and below.
And not only that, but their electronics, once a week I go through it.
Yeah. That was the other thing I was going to tell you.
I don't, look, it's our job as parents to protect our children. And as far as I'm concerned, until you're paying bills and paying your way through life, you're living in my household, I'm going to go through your stuff to a point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of being an overwhelming parent, but
Right.
But here, even though he said, to a point, let's be honest about this. If I did not monitor my daughter's social media, I would not have found out about all the horrible things people are telling her because they think that her Tourette's is either A, she's making it up for attention, B, it's some kind of kids make fun of the darkest shit, even before social media.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the problem. When I was a kid and I was skinny and shy, I got picked on by bullies.
Yeah.
Okay? There was 3 guys in my life. My 17-year-old gets blasted constantly on comments from thousands of people around the whole damn world. And I keep trying to tell her, baby, these people, they shouldn't matter to you because they don't even know who you are.
No.
You're never going to meet these people. So
Nope.
why are you... Okay, so what I'm trying to tell all of you is this. This video showed the worst possible scenario. And at the end, it showed just how close those parents came to being the parents at the beginning of the video. I think that this video is more a call out to parents to be involved in their children's lives. I'm not saying you have to disrespect your kids to make sure that you have their back. Your job as parents, especially now, is to stand in the gap because there's a giant gap for your kids when they're exposed to so much data, social media, opinions from people that, look, we all know that on the internet, half of the people on the internet are on the internet just to piss people off.
Trolls.
Literally just to troll people.
Yeah.
And the problem is the people that are doing it don't care if it's an 11-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 17-year-old, or a 46-year-old. They're just going to troll. Why? Because no matter what happens to that person, they're innocent. They're just on the internet. They don't care. But your child doesn't know that. Your child doesn't know that every comment that they get isn't seriously part of their psyche. Some of the things that were going on with the girl in the video, where it seemed like there was a doppelganger just off her shoulder, that subconscious, just telling her how horrible and how difficult everything is. My daughter would tell me, I can't get it out of my head. I'm lucky that my children know that I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to destroy their lives, that they can tell me anything. I'm a lucky dad that my kids do that.
I talk to my kids regularly. Well, I mean, you saw last night.
Yeah.
My girls live with their mom, but I talk to my girls every night on the phone. I called my son last night. I called my son this morning to tell him I loved him. He went off to school. I try to have that open dialogue with my kids, even if it's something I know it's going to piss me off. And that's where you have to learn to take not take yourself out of the situation, but learn to listen without.
Yeah, for me, it's I've thought about this a lot because I've had a lot of time to think about this since my daughter was diagnosed with this issue. And I think one of the big things that I've discovered was this. You have two options as a parent. You can be the parents whose kids have something horrible happen to them and they come on the news and they're like, and you've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what happened. They're just a great kid. They've got such wonderful friends. She's a wonderful cheerleader, or he's a football player. And they have straight A's, and that's the lie. Pay attention to your kids, guys. And the thing about it is if you don't want to be the parent that had that happen to them, because here's the thing. I was told by the most amazing person I've ever met. I said, how do I be a good parent? And he said, it's very simple. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter if you do every single thing right. Your kid could still completely fail at life. Oh, yeah. However, there's going to come a point in time in your child's life when they're going to need a guidance to go left or right. And that left or right decision could take them in one completely different direction. Your job as a parent is to be there. That's it. That's all he said. Mm-hmm. Just be there. Mm-hmm. Love your children and just be there when they need you. You never know what it's going to happen. Because a lot of times kids will try to reach out. And if they're dismissed because you're too busy with work, or you're too busy playing a video game, or you're on your phone, or you're too busy doing whatever else, and you discard whatever is important to them, you just made that choice for them. And it's something you can't take back. I am fortunate that right now, my 17-year-old came to me first. And if she had not done that, am I that parent on the video? I don't know, So Mike is dealing with it in his own way, and I'm dealing with it in my own way. Here's the best part. He's doing it right, and I'm doing it right. You want to know why? Because we both do two things. We never stop trying. You never stop being there. You never stop loving. Sometimes you have, oh man, when I tell you, taking away my daughter's phone, taking away her phone, her laptop, and then telling her, by the way, I just want you to know, you do know what your dad does for a living. It's like, yeah. I said, you do know I have access to all of your social media accounts. Yeah. You do know I love you enough that I've been looking at them. Yeah. And her face turned white. She realized, I did not want to be that dad. I did not want to be the dad that looks through his kid's social media. But at the point is, that's my job. Yeah. And it's the part of the job I don't want to do, because when I have to tell her, listen, this, and this, can't do that. And then I didn't just yell at her and say, you can't do that because I said so. I hate that shit. No. If you're going to tell your kid not to do something or punish them for something, you better have a reason why, and you better be adult enough and a good enough parent to say, here's a better idea. Here's an alternative. This is what you can do. And I've always told my kids this, and this is a good idea, and this saved me with my 17-year-old who's now 21, is no matter what it is, and it even holds true now that she's 21, no matter what it is you do, if you come to me and say, Dad, I need to talk to you, something happened, and I need to tell you about it, that is my code word to, it's time to take the something's coming. Yeah. And your job as a mom or a dad is to be like, I'm gonna accept this. I'm gonna listen to what she has to say, and then I'm gonna treat it as though, hey, I was once that age, and if she knew the shit that I did, oh my god. So remember that. Remember, at one point when you did some horrible stuff and you may or may not have got away with it from your parents, remember, if you had thought, man, if only my parents had said, hey, no matter what it is, like right now, here's an example. If my 21-year-old is wherever and she calls me and said, Dad, I've had way too much to drink. Can you come get me? Not only is it, yes, I'm coming to get you, but it's, oh my God, thank you. I love you for calling me.
Now,
because she's an adult. She's going to drink, but if she has the conscious belief and knowledge to let me know, Dad, I'm not going to get on the road. I really need help.
What if it was your 17?
Huh?
What if it was your 17?
Absolutely, I would do it. You want to know why? Because I know when I was 17, my friends were drunk off their ass. Where do you think we live?
Oh, yeah.
But again, there are also times when my 21-year-old was 17. If you're my ex-wife, I need you to stop the video right now. This is for everyone else. When my 21-year-old was 17, she had sex for the first time. Who do you think was the first person she told?
I would lose my shit.
Wait.
I'd go in the room and lose my shit.
Wait. Wait. The first person she told was her best friend. The second person she told was right after that. She literally called me at work. It was a Saturday, and I was in mid-shift on a Saturday. Because you know the environment we work in. You're monitoring all this stuff. There's all this electronic stuff. There's people calling and everything else. I put my headset down, put it on the desk, and she called me. She goes, and she's crying.
Yeah.
It's like, Dad, I need to talk to you. At that point,
done.
Everything else stops.
Yep.
When your child is crying and they're asking, and they say, I got to talk to you, that is your moment. That is the moment that they're talking about in this video where you're the person that makes the difference. And she said, Dad, I need to tell you something. I don't want you to be mad. And when she said that, I stopped everything. I said, okay.
Give me a minute.
Megan, listen. Okay. I love you. I give you my word. Whatever it is, I will not be mad because you called me and said that you needed to tell me. Because if I find out, it's a totally different situation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so she says, Dad, I've had sex. And I was like, okay, two things. Answer me two questions before we continue this conversation. Wait. She goes, okay. like she thought I was going to like fuck her up. No. I said, okay, number one, is it something that you wanted or was it something that either made you do or coerced you into doing?
Right.
That was number one. And she said, it's what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay. Number two, did you use protection?
Yeah.
And she said, yes, we did. I said, okay. All right, so how can I help you? Oh, wait. That's not a joke. That's what I said. I literally said, okay, how may I help you? It's like I'm working.
This Dad's phone. You had sex? Well, how may I help you?
No, but the thing about it was I wasn't mad at her because here's the thing. I can't judge her.
No.
Why? I lost my virginity at 17. I mean, she didn't do it at 15. She didn't do it at 16.
Score.
Hey, high five. Look at you. Now, here's the thing. What did you learn? And she's like, that was a really stupid mistake.
Yep.
And I said, and in my mind, I'm going, bonus. And here's the thing. My daughter has grown up so much since then, and she comes back and she talks to me. And here's the thing, okay? If you have one kid, this does not pertain to you. But I have three. Here's the best part. That example of putting my own personal feelings to the side and focusing on the fact that I needed to be an observant parent to one of my kids in a crisis that's turning to me pays dividends to this very day, because my oldest was the person who told my middle child, hey, because she told her. She said, I've been cutting stuff.
Yeah.
And so she's like, and she goes, are you going to tell Dad? And my oldest said, no, you are. And she went, what? I was like, listen, Olivia, I've told Dad worse stuff than what you're doing right now. And I'm telling you, you need to talk to Dad.
Yeah.
And because I kept my word and didn't give her crap, when one sister tells another sister, and then that one will tell another sister, this may give me the opportunities later to avoid disaster. Because look, everything we've seen in this video and the video before, as fathers, is our literal worst nightmare. I can deal with pretty much everything else, But when your child can't turn to you
Yep.
and you can't help them because you didn't know, it's something you can't take back. So for all those parents out there, keep up the good fight. And sometimes the good fight is not fighting. The good fight is literally being there when your kid's there.
So I have 2 things to add.
Uh-oh.
If you don't mind.
Go for it.
You see this? It's not a fucking babysitter.
No, it's not. Oh my God. Thank you, Mike. That was very good.
Don't give your kids tablets and phones and TVs and shit like that and just blow them off to the side. I have dinner with my kids every night, or at least my son every night. And I talk to my kids. Yes, they have electronics, but they're not babysitters. Okay? And number 1, I'm a father. I'm not my kid's friend at all.
It's true. He loves them.
I love them to death. I will sit and talk to you, but I'm not your friend. I'm your father. And that's something I preach, and it's a fine line to walk.
It is.
I'm how can I say this? I would rather them dislike me and respect me than to like me and disrespect me.
True. However, that is your style. And I will be honest, my style is slightly different than yours because you've seen me.
Yeah.
You've seen me deal with my kids. You guys have seen me with my kids in videos. I'm super fun dad. Okay. I'm joker, silly, goofy, stupid dad that'll wear a flashy tiara just to make his 11-year-old laugh. However, my kids also know that when it comes time to when it's dad time,
yes,
there are no jokes. There are no one-liners. It's very serious conversations, and I talk to them like they're adults.
Yes.
I don't belittle them. I don't know any of that stuff. But Mike makes a very good point. Cell phones, tablets, TVs, iPads, all that social media stuff. If that is your child's babysitter,
shame on you.
I'm going to make it even worse than that. You're a fucking shitty parent, and this is why I say that. If your kids are being babysitted by TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, you literally just said, you might as well just take your kid, dump them off on the side of the road and say, hope you don't get picked up. Because you're literally letting all of the world tell your kid what's important.
Yep.
And the entire world will fuck your kid up.
Yep.
It's true.
Because people are fucking inherently, well, that's another story, but it's just shitty.
People are inherently shitty. Here's the thing. When you can make someone think about suicide, and Mike knows this more than anyone because if you saw the previous video, you know that Mike deals with this kind of stuff more than I do. Yeah. But here's the thing. Suicide is not a natural instinct of a human.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to cut your own hand off? I bet you can't do it. In fact, one of the few people that ever did it was that guy who climbed and he had to cut off his arm to save his life. That's but consciously, you can't cut off your arm. Consciously, it is not normal to want to self-harm yourself.
No.
But under serious stress, duress, where you leave that nurture, fight or flight instinct, at that point, everything is off the table. And you have to really help those people. Now, to wrap the video up, we're just 2 dads venting how we feel about it. Now, you're going to watch this video and you go like, well, old school nerd, doesn't this make you kind of a hypocrite? Because you're on YouTube, you're making videos, people are watching your videos. Bro, my videos are not for your fucking kids.
Nope.
I don't make videos for kids. My kids are in them sometimes because I do stuff with my kids. But my videos are for all of you. And if you're watching them with your kids, awesome. But at the same time, I'm the first person to tell you that I had a discussion with my daughter last night. She made the mistake. Are y'all ready for this? She was upset about some stuff. And I said, well, why didn't you just come to me? She goes, well, you're always making YouTube videos. I'm like, whoa, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. YouTube's over. You guys have no idea. You guys were this close to never seeing another video ever from me. Olivia doesn't realize is the only time I produce videos is, where's my daughter right now?
School.
Is she here?
No.
Exactly.
Oh, when did we do them last night?
After she was
went
asleep.
to bed.
Yeah. I will not do videos like this unless my kids are in them. She tried to use that as an excuse, but remember, guys, you're backing young people that do not have the maturity and life experience that we develop over time. Look, when I was her age, I was worse than she is. I couldn't argue my way out of a paper bag. So you're talking about putting real life, deep philosophical issues and problems in the faces of kids. I mean, my 11-year-old is exposed to stuff that I was never even exposed to at 11. So I can't imagine what she has to deal with. And what's funny is, it's not, but it's true. My kid's school gave her a laptop, gave her access to the internet that only she has. And I can't get into it because it's a school laptop. And they want her to do searches on the internet for stuff. I'm like, all right, that's okay. So anyway, we're just two dads sharing what we feel about things because this is important to us.
Yeah.
We're parents and we take our parenting very seriously. And we
not
want
perfect, but
no, not perfect, but we're trying, and that makes you a good parent. So remember that if you take nothing away from this, be there for your kids. Don't stop trying. Don't give up, and don't just let them go on their own. Because right now, if you think it's bad for you with COVID and isolation and all this other stuff, at least we're adults and can make our own decisions. These kids are caught in this swirling vortex of bullshit they can't get out of. So my name is Old School Nerd. This is Mike from Texas. We're super dads. Why? Because we try. I don't know, bro. I think it's because you took your hat off. Oh, T, ¿cómo se va?
Not how you do that.
Oh God, we're so stupid. I knew we could not make it through an entire video without at least doing something stupid.
Oh, no.
I mean, it was like the most important conversation I have literally ever had on YouTube, and I could not help it. By the end of
to the end.
All right, we'll take that as a win. We waited at least to the end. Look at us.
Yes.
Growing, maturing. No one's going to believe us.
Belly's growing.
Oh, you got that right.
All right.
Oh, I got barbecue in the fridge. We should warm it up. Let's go.